Hi everybody, welcome to Ask the Amigos. This is Discord's burning questions and our lukewarm answers. We also have a very special crowd with us today because this is live at BOATFEST. Hey! So we are going to be inviting some audience members up to ask us questions that they'd like later on. But we're going to kick things off right now. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of ping pong a little bit. If you have a question you would like to ask us, then please come up and sit in the question chair. That way I'll know there'll be somebody on deck. And we're going to kick things off with Super Tech Boy. Super Tech Boy asks, if you were in charge of the Voyager golden record that we sent into space, what would you put on it?
That's a good question, isn't it? What do you got?
I'd probably put, no, I wouldn't. Yeah.
This week's Patreon song.
Yeah, this week's Patreon song would go in there.
That way when the aliens find us, they won't give us any chance.
No, the way I look at it, you got to put something on there that when someone hears, they're going to be like, man, this is an outfit we want to check out, or we don't want to check out.
Right.
So you got to either pick the best thing or the worst thing
I'd
you've ever
fill
done.
it full of Eurodance trash. That way the aliens would want nothing to do with us and they'd move on.
Now, what would you put on there?
Well, ARG, say number 134.
What was that one?
I don't know. They're all so good.
Is it only audio, or could you put video on the disc?
It sasays a Voyager golden record.
Listen,
so
I don't
I'm
think
guessing
that-
just only
Sounds like a
audio.
laser
I don't think
disc.
those RCA video discs were around when they put out the Voyager.
I'd put a copy of Dragon's Lair.
Yeah,
Like if you could defeat it right, then you would, you know.
But
just
not a
like
playable version, just one that just goes straight through.
Just
The depths
watch it,
in the
you
middle
know,
and everything.
yeah.
I would just put Dancing Queen from ABBA.
There you go. There you go.
That's the song. Because, listen, that brings them in.
For Super Tech Boy's second question, he asked me, Boat, how do you pick your Patreon songs? There's not one easy answer. Sometimes it comes to me as I'm going about my business during the week, and a song will just fall into my head. Sometimes I'll rapidly and in a panic look around the arcade for anything that will give me a clue moments before I start. I will say, special thank you to Packbilly. He encourages me to dig deep within my inner song catalog.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
guy you need to-
Blame Packbilly. Blame
Whoop
Packbilly.
him good.
David Hearn Ryder asks, have you played Supercars 2 head-to-head? Anybody?
We have.
Have we? I don't
Yeah.
think we have.
Yeah, we have.
All
We
right.
played it head-to-head. It's an overhead
Yeah.
racing game. We played
I've played it. I just didn't know if we played it head-to-head.
Yeah, I beat you, trust me.
There we go. You just answered his follow-up question. Let's see. Lord Soup is coming up next, and Lord Soup writes, if AGA hadn't been a jumped-up palette buff, what would the world have been a better place? Maybe AGE would have been better. Actual graphics enhancement.
Man.
Burial of AGA.
He's on
by
he's
Lord
on the
Soup.
boat.
So, what do you think, Aaron?
I think it's Lord Soup. He's goofy. I think that's why. Because AGA has his place. I'm going to turn into Doug.
Yeah.
Here, but I think AGA's fine.
Why don't you show me some flower pictures?
Listen, I'll show you something.
The thing with AGA is it was around for what? How many years?
2.
All of them.
No,
It's been decades.
No. I mean actively coded.
Oh, you mean? Oh,
6 maybe?
yeah.
So is that enough time to really get into the meat, get into the heart, and really pull out quality stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and it didn't do so well. So
There you go.
Even I'm having trouble today. With that.
His second question is, I'd rather have a faster processor and more RAM. Do you guys agree these were the Amiga's problems, that the inevitable obsolescence ran deeper? So could a faster processor and more RAM save the Amiga?
well, wait a minute. Who says the Amiga needs saved?
Well, yeah,
Commodore's out of business.
No. It ran its course. If you're talking about what the next system could have been, what could have been added to it to allow Amiga to release version after version after version, you got to go way deeper than just adding a little bit of RAM.
Yeah, but for those things, you got to have expandability and not just another model. Like you have all these different models, you have all these different graphic modes, and none of them are compatible, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, if you wanted to expand a lifespan, yes, faster processor, more RAM, but being able to do that on the machine that you bought 6 months ago and paid thousands of dollars.
Really,
for.
software. You gotta really beef up that software.
if only
too.
they'd had more of everything and better.
You know, this,
Amiga would have
these questions always get me. It's time for a reality check, all right? And this is at Boat Fest. I'm gonna lay it down, right? Listen, you could go buy a K car in the 80s, right? Remember those boxy cars?
Mhm.
They were garbage, right? People drove them, okay? And like you could still have them today, right? But are they keeping up with the other cars? No. You could put a Ferrari engine in it, but it's still a K car. These things are decades old.
So you're saying
There's no
the Amiga is the K car of the computer
No, I'm
world.
saying this thing it's over. It's over. We lost. All you can do now. Now we're popping up a corpse like Reanimator. You know, you can still play with the darn thing, but don't. Oh, what would have saved it? Nothing. This was like 30 years ago. It's over, man. Move on.
Okay.
Sorry.
A little hyper there.
But I just didn't. You get these weird questions about what would have saved it. It was done. Also, the management. What would have saved it? Better management.
Less
How about that?
crookedness.
No, wasn't it crooked? It's incompetent.
Well, okay, fair enough.
And Super Tech Boy's final question is, if you could play a two-player game with anyone from history, who would it be and what game would it be?
Wow.
Okay.
Who wrote this?
Super Tech Boy.
Oh, okay.
I'd want to play Wii Golf with Tiger Woods. I'd want to see how he'd do. Because I'm pretty good at Wii Golf. I think I could take
You
him.
kind of stole my answer there.
Oh,
John.
that was your
No,
answer?
I was gonna say I want to play one-on-one basketball, the Jordan versus Bird
Yeah.
with Jordan, but I'm not gonna say that now.
I would
That's a
pay
different
money to
game
see
and a
that.
different person.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I can play. I didn't
You
say
get
play,
winded
I
putting
didn't,
on your shoes.
I didn't say play basketball. I said play the game.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you might have a chance.
You know the
now.
first thing that popped in my head?
I don't.
You know the kid from The Wizard
Yeah.
that ends up winning the tournament?
Fred
I'd
Savage.
like to
No,
play.
not Fred Savage.
No.
His brother.
Yeah, I'd like to play him with some Rad Racer.
I'd only use the Power Glove.
That's it.
though,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
I never
Yeah.
saw that movie.
I would pick somebody like from compute, like Charles Babbage or somebody that was like on the earliest of computers, and like Mortal Kombat 4. And be like, how about that?
Blow
And just
his
be like,
mind.
remember that thing that would light up lights and someday might read a punch card, and then I'd just rip his spine out. And be like,
that's sort of where I was thinking, but I was thinking get like a caveman.
and by the way,
And you play caveman Olympics with it.
Charles Babbage is like one of the few people I could beat at Mortal Kombat. So that was also a part of the.
That was also that's what I was thinking. I
you know,
think I
gotta
could take a caveman.
hundreds of years back.
Let's see. David Hearn asks, favorite Doctor Who companion, classic or new?
Ace, #1 with a bullet. There is no other. Oh yeah, that's not true. Sarah Jane, I like her too.
Does K9? I was gonna
No.
ask if K9 counted.
No.
Not companion again.
No, it counts as a companion, but he sucked.
Wow.
K9. Oh, what is
Come on,
what is that? A
Elmo,
hot
come on,
take? Everyone
sorry.
hated K9.
I did not watch
I know.
a lot of Doctor Who, but I would say the scarf.
Tom Baker.
But the scarf.
Actually, the
Just
scarf
the
as
scarf,
a companion.
The best companion.
That's a K9 answer. Uh-oh, we got K9 had a laser. That's right, Super Tech Boy.
Yeah, big
K9
deal.
did have a laser.
What's K9 do when he comes to a set of stairs or the grass? He doesn't do anything because he's a very lame, very slow, remote-controlled dog.
I think that's harsh.
Well, I mean, I'm just calling it like it is.
Christian Russell asks, how and when did you guys first meet?
Well, I was born and he was there.
That's a bad day. I knew I was in trouble. I was like, oh, jeez. Then he got his own room and everything. Horrible. I didn't like it.
John, I met in high school. We were both in high school band together. Flack in person. Hey, Flack. Bam. There's the answers.
I met Bo through Digital Press when we first got on the forums at Digital Press, which was like
2002, something like that?
Yeah, early on. And then one time when I was driving across country, I was like, hey, Bo, it's cool if I stop by and check out your place. And
Well, that's not creepy at all.
And then Aaron was like, hey, Flack's going to be there. I'll come over. And it was like a
He was casing the joint.
big, awkward, weird thing with all of us.
Yeah, I met, of course, you've already heard from them, and I met Aaron through Brent. We got introduced when I moved back to the States in 2010, and but we didn't really start talking until like 2013 or 2014 when the seeds of the Amigos podcast started to take root. We did have a couple good years before that, though, doing role playing and stuff like that.
Yep.
So,
And look at us now.
That's
what
right.
they said.
Let's see. Chris Folds asks, what survival skills do you have, and how long do you think you could survive in the wilderness?
Well, probably about a week. I'm a big guy. I have no survival skills outside of I can last a long time.
I have two. I have two survival skills. One is I can eat food that's been left out for a really long time. Like when people go, that pizza's been out for 2 days. I'm like,
And
right. So I feel like if people have left the camp and there's still food there.
so
that
you're
will help
Yogi
me.
Bear.
And also my other skill, I would say, like when other people go, like we should climb here for help or do that, but I'm really good at staying put. So
They say you should stay
which
put.
is low calorie consumption.
Like a table scrap eating rock.
So between that and the left behind food, I give myself about 4 days. That's
Oh no, I can stick my head in the stream. I feel pretty confident about that.
You know, I'm real good at pooping outside. Like, you know how some people get nervous and they freeze up because it's unfamiliar territory?
That explains the
Listen.
parking
because we
lot.
were early in the weekend, so we.
Listen, I got that covered. So I'm going to be regular throughout my time, and I think that's important.
That's what your skill is?
It's a very important skill.
Listen, my family were all hunters and stuff, right? And I picked up some of that and augmented it with my own special skills. I'd go out there and get me a sharp rock and make myself some sort of jungle glaive. And just so I'd start hacking deer and stuff down. I'd be good to go. I think I could make it, man.
While he's going, somebody has to watch the stuff at the camp. So I feel like
But you ate all that stuff.
it's like we could team up, like we have an alliance.
Let's face facts. If we were out stuck in the woods and we came across a camp, we would kill the campers and then drive away.
If we were
That's what I would
If
do.
we were stuck in the woods and we didn't have internet, I would kill myself in 30 minutes.
Is it because of me?
No, I would just be like,
No, if you were there,
That's an
it'd be
indictment.
15.
like you would say, well, there's no Wi-Fi here, and I would go get a rocket.
Well, I'd survive for a good while then,
Yeah.
eating off your dead body.
I would fall into the
What's your
campfire.
Tinder spot, Black? Let me know.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Mitsuyama asks, which TV show would you most like to be a contestant on? And he's thinking stuff like American Ninja Warrior, Survivor, Jeopardy,
The
etc.
Bachelor. How's that?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know what game show I always loved? Press Your Luck. With the little whammy.
No
Yeah.
whammy, no
But I
whammy.
don't think I'd want to be a contestant because they don't get to see the little whammy go across.
Mhm.
That's it?
No, I said I wouldn't want that.
Well, then what are you going to pick?
I don't know yet.
So what was that little
I have a
interlude?
question, Aaron.
If you're
When
gonna
you were
think of
like,
something-
when you were like The Bachelor, did I go like, oh, Aaron, you're a piece of trash? No, I'll let you do your spiel.
And I wanted to hear, but it's just that you said something, and then you stopped. And then when I asked you what the real answer was, you didn't have any.
All right.
Normally when you come up with a shtick, then there's a bam at the end. You had no bam, you just had shtick.
Price is Right, but in the 1980s.
They had to, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad. Which one of the things you want to do?
Plinko.
No, no, that's the
there's
wrong
no
answer.
thoughts, and you can basically not lose.
So you want the dumb guy one? What about the dude where the guy climbs up the hill?
Cliffhanger?
Lady, that guy.
Cliffhanger.
That's the one.
No, that game's way too easy to lose.
But it's still cooler than Plinko. I mean, because it's something visual.
Okay, crowd. I'm going to say Plinko and then Cliffhanger. You cheer for which one you'd rather do. Plinko.
A smattering of applause.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. Enough said. Thank you. Finally.
You're
Where
all
were you guys during that
insane.
Lionheart episode? Bunch of turncoats. What are you guys?
Name that tune, or what's the new one? Shazam, where you have to beat the
Right.
thing. Except for, but there would have to be a rule like no music newer than like 20 years old.
So you're great at name that tune reruns.
Right.
And they play like Moon River and stuff.
Exactly. When they do the old ones, I'm like, yeah, that's me.
You know, I like that dart game that we. No, what I want to be on is the Yorkshire pub games. That's what you know what I'm talking about. The Yorkshire pub
Oh,
games
yeah.
where they play the thing
But
where
that's not a game show.
it kind of is.
No, it's not. That's a competition.
No, if it's on television, that counts.
Yeah, it says what television
It's-
show would you like to be a contestant
Oh,
on?
but you're not contesting in that. You're an athlete.
John, do you have any skill in darts at all?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
No, see, that sentence tells me you're not very skilled at darts.
Why?
You're either good at darts or you're not. You
I
don't
wouldn't want to be
think
in the
you're
room when he was
good.
throwing
That's
darts.
it.
If he was at a pub, he'd be double dangerous. He'd be darting everybody.
But yeah, Yorkshire pub games for me.
I mean, that's a good answer.
All right. Paul, a.k.a. Hermsky, asks, if the four of you could choose a band to become a tribute act for, which one would you pick?
No, I'm not a...
Us four?
Yeah.
Wow. We don't have that kind of jack.
And that's what I'm
Let's
thinking.
try to be realistic here.
I'm thinking of a nice low-tier band that like I enjoy their music.
I'm thinking like, what was the band? The Two Live Crew. We might be able to pull some of that stuff off. You know, we did 4 Live Crew because those guys
Four
couldn't
Live
sing.
Wait,
Crew,
so you're
that's
saying
right.
we do some kind of boy band thing?
No,
Two Live Crew is like a very obscene rap
that's
group.
right.
Yeah, no, I know who Two Live Crew is, but if you're doing 4 Live Crew, that's the thing with boy bands. They just add more members.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I can't think of what else we could sing. We're all horrible. I mean, I don't know. Flax might be a good singer. I know you know good.
Well, someone has to be on like bass. I figure you could
Can
cover
you
that.
rap?
Present?
Please don't start. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true. I
Who
can't.
sang Afternoon Delight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starlight Vocal Band.
That's it. Starlight Vocal Band.
Some of the members that also worked on Country Roads.
See? That's my answer.
I think I'm going Kiss just because whatever we do is not going over well. And then when we take the makeup off, we can like sneak out the back and be like, that was 4 other.
Can you imagine us opening for Kiss? The crowd would storm the stage and kill us.
I think I could do a heart-stirring rendition of Beth. No?
Oh, does Beth know?
Well,
I think you thinking you could do Beth is like Boat thinking he's good at darts.
Darts, that's it.
I can hold my own out there.
Proof is in the
Really?
pudding. We're gonna have to see it.
And he says, can you demonstrate? Yes, we can. Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna have the afternoon delight. Sticks and stones sit together, watching stars at night. The feeling of loving you is so exciting. Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Hey, afternoon delight. Thank you.
yeah.
No, wait a minute.
I think that's the
Wait,
appropriate response.
We're opening for them and we're covering their songs?
It was
we're
like
a horrible opening
It was like
night.
a 4-song harmony where we were each doing different songs.
Man, we didn't plan that ahead. I know that. That was god awful.
Jazz Dog writes, how much would one have to donate to put a stop to boat singing once and for all?
Yeah. Put a number on it, Bo. Do us all a favor.
I got $40.
There you go.
Stay tuned. We'll keep this going at the swap meet tonight.
Oh, gee.
Mitsuyama asks, what's the best roller coaster you've ridden? Ooh. What do you think, Rob?
Oh my gosh. Our local amusement park has 2, and I've been stuck on 1, so I would say the other. The one I didn't get stuck on.
I'm sure someone's going to be able to help me out with this. Real popular ride at Cedar Point.
Top Thrill Dragster.
No. The one that's been there for a while.
The Raptor.
No. Farther back.
Magnum.
Magnum. That would be my answer. It's a great ride. It's also long enough that you can appreciate
I
that
don't
you've
like
been on a
roller
roller
I
coaster.
knew it.
I like the teacups. That's as far as I go. I don't like roller coasters. They scare me.
Okay, I have a question, John.
Yeah. It's not that they scare me. I get vertigo and I feel bad when I get off a roller coaster. I
Okay,
just
so
don't
that
feel
they
good.
make you physically ill.
Yeah, they make me
Okay.
physically ill.
I will accept that.
Thank you.
You can stay.
Aaron,
Huh?
you have not answered the question yet.
Oh, yeah. Beast. The Beast. That thing was cool. I always liked
That
that.
thing beat you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it beat you
The
down.
Son of Beast really beat you
Yeah.
up. The Son of Beast beat you up and then took your money.
I thought the Beast was cool. I always liked that.
Did anyone ride the Son of Beast when it still had its wooden loop or its loop?
No.
No.
Seriously, I'm the only one?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was awesome. It beat the crap out of you though.
That doesn't sound that good.
Well, that part sucked, but the rest of it was fun.
I like stuff that doesn't suck.
Wow, and you're still here. I can't believe it.
Me either.
Pajako6502 asks, if you discover the location of an old abandoned arcade with machines that could be saved, there is no way to track down the owner. Would you break in and rescue them or leave the machines to decay and ruin?
What kind of question is
Can I answer
this?
this?
Yeah, please.
I've done this. I've actually stolen an arcade game. I got a phone call. Yeah, statute of limitations up on this. I got a phone call from a guy who said that there was a daycare that had closed and they were moving their stuff out and they had left an arcade game like in the parking lot. And it was there for like 48 hours and I figured fair game at that point.
Yeah.
So yes, I would and have.
I've got a similar story. I got a phone call from a guy that said that the place he worked had just thrown out a Galaga machine in the dumpster, and it was behind their locked fence.
Yeah.
So I got into the locked fence, and then I took it out of the dumpster, and I put it in my car and drove off.
Mine was a Defender cabinet that was being used literally as a children's toy box. So the back was open and it was full of doll heads.
Wow. Not creepy at all.
What kind of kid was that?
Right.
You ever breaking anything?
I have nothing. I wish I had stories like that. Those are great.
Would you assist?
Yes.
All right.
I'll be there tonight. Where are we going?
There was a Galaga in this dumpster. My brother saved it.
Wow.
Happy Coding ZX writes, if you could play only Japanese games, only American games, or only European games, which would you pick?
Does the language barrier still exist?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. That's a tougher question then.
It's not tough for me. Japanese all the way. All my favorite games are Japanese games. Sorry, Europeans. Sorry, Americans.
I mean, I like a lot of Japanese games, but I think I'm still gonna stick with U.S. type games, North American games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Japan on this one.
I think. Well, let me go back. If we're talking about retro games, Japan, 100%. If we're talking about games from the past 15 or 20 years, I'd probably tilt more towards the U.S. studios. We finally got it together.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because really, a lot of the retro games were just Japanese games that came over anyway, and there's still tons of stuff we didn't get.
Right.
So you'd be getting the best of both
all
worlds.
the great arcade games were from Japan, the old school ones. That makes it tough. I may change my vote. Japan. I changed my vote.
I know. I was going American, but now I feel like I'm turning Japanese.
I'm thinking. You really think so? There's too many good ones.
I love them.
Chris Fold says, describe the best cat you've ever eaten. Oh, sorry. Describe the best cake you've ever eaten.
It was very furry and like 4 legs.
Where the hell did you get that?
I misread it.
Best cake?
Yeah, best cake.
Damn, there's so many.
Don't curse.
Listen, it's okay to say cake. I'm going to go with. Gosh, man,
I really liked our wedding cake.
Well,
Spring Hill. No.
Oh no.
It was Spring Hill Bakery, and it was a very expensive cake.
Yeah, they do.
That made it taste
they
better.
They do good work. What about you? It's hard to pinpoint one.
I really
cake.
like.
Also, the loving I feel for my wife made it that much more delicious.
God.
You know, there used to be a place in Barbersville called the Fratelli's or something like that. It's one of those strip malls.
It's still there.
Across from the Hardee's.
Yep.
They have an Italian wedding cake that's my favorite cake.
Yeah.
I love that.
And wedding cake for you too? Did you have that at your wedding?
I don't remember my wedding.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
follow up for that. I just let you sink and swim on that one.
Suddenly, I look better by comparison.
My wife, many years ago, we did the online thing where you could get your free, become a reverend in the church for whatever.
I got that.
Okay. And then she paid for the license so that she could wed people. And it never came up until about 5 years ago. We had a friend who was getting married, and for whatever reason, like the pastor bailed out, and they needed somebody, and so she said she would do it. They asked me to ask her. I said, we will only do it if we get free cake. And so we went, and they brought us a piece of cake. It was kind of a joke, right? But they had like this $1,000, I mean, just an incredibly expensive cake, which you would think was why I liked it, but really just because it was free. But it was very delicious, especially for a free cake.
You know, I'm gonna, and this is convenient. My answer to this because the best cake I ever had was today. And it was available at the BOATFEST concession center for these Swiss cakes. These are Little Debbie.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
And they're reasonably priced. It's the tastiest cake. I endorse it.
I'd like to add to my survival skills eating cake.
Yeah.
That will help us.
Those are tough to come across in the wild, though, is the problem.
When we're laying there, when we're taking inventory, like, what can everybody do? I can eat cake.
Chris Folds asks also, if you could invent a gadget to automate any part of your life, what would it solve and why? I've got one right off the bat.
I know. I bet it's the same as mine. What is it?
So when I used to watch the Jetsons when I was a kid.
Go ahead.
When I used to watch the Jetsons, it seemed like he had a robot bed that would dump him out of bed, stand him up, take him into the shower, shave himself, and be ready to go.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest part of my day, is just getting out of bed. If I had a machine that would automate that for me, I would love it.
I mean, that's sort of what I was going to say. I was not that. That's pretty good. I was just going to have something to shave my head. That's such a pain. And the thing is, I want hair. So not only does it suck because I have to do it, but I feel like it's counterproductive to my overall goals of having hair.
Right.
Because I'm shaving off the little bit of hair I've got, like a geek.
Yeah. Well, it's like that Elton John song, you know? I want hair, but it's impossible.
No, I've never heard that one. That must have been one of his later albums.
Yeah, it was.
I'll go with food prep. Like, I'm not a good cook, chef, like, prepare. And so, just like Star Trek, like that kind of thing where, you know, you would walk in and be like,
Earl,
here's a meal. And then you would just, you know, go.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, I'd love to have a replicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would, and everyone's gonna say, "Oh, you just get the washing machine." No, I want someone to do my laundry and then fold it and put it away for me. Don't look that direction. Let me tell you something. you are wrong.
Not a
So
good survival
wrong.
skill.
I want someone to beat the tar out of me after I leave here.
No, that would be awesome. In fact, that would be. Get on that, Aaron.
You want me to fold your laundry? I'll do it real quick. Give me a match. I'll burn that pile.
Chris Folds asks, what's with the massive gap around toilet doors in the USA?
So we can
under
look
the bottom.
in.
Yeah.
So you can crawl under there, man.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Also, monsters get into there too, like in the movies. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Because if they went all the way to the ground, nothing could get in.
Well, no, I think
True.
they're talking about the gaps between the hinges and the closing of the doors.
No, they're not.
I guarantee that's some of the things. That
Who
they're
thinks
asking.
that's right? Anybody? You?
Bam! Thank you. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Maybe I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, it is. That's sort of the thing.
Between the hinges and the.
And the where you close
Is
the
that
door.
what you think
Yeah.
he means?
No, but I mean, as far as like down there, I think part of it is built in to make you uncomfortable, not hang out. Like the McDonald's booths, like they make those so that they're comfortable for 10 minutes, but not an hour. Right?
Wait, you know, you've heard me talk about Bathroom Fight Club before, right? So Bathroom Fight Club goes on at Winfield Middle School, where you get guys and they have Fight Club, but you got to do it in the bathroom stall, okay? Bathroom Fight Club never would have been found out if it hadn't been for that gap. That's why they do
What
it.
happened was, did you walk in? Did you see 2 feet?
You just
walking?
see 2 feet scuffling around the toilet, bathroom fight clubbing.
You know, you should find all the people doing that and just berate them. 'Cause that's the stupidest thing I've ever
there are
heard.
no winners in a bathroom fight club situation.
Because Fight Club in itself is a unique idea. But the fact that 2 geeks are going to pile into a stall where people defecate, and that's where they choose, this is our final battleground, we're going to go for it in here.
I don't know how to explain it.
Well, that's
but
something
it's-
like when you win a fight, you get the story, right? And I mean, your story starts with, well, I got in a stall with this dude.
Right.
I mean, you're off to a bad start. Like, no matter how good the fight wins.
Do these fights always end up with a swirly?
You know, I don't know. I don't know how they end. They've got a whole rule system that's sort of like
They
the
do?
MMA rules. Yeah.
Jeez.
Have you ever thought about going undercover?
What's it going to be, a urinal cake?
Yeah, infiltrate the
I think
fight.
suggesting
the
any of us just
fight club.
loiter around young boys' restrooms. Probably not.
I don't think if they see Boat there, they're going to actually have the fight either.
Right, and then Boat will come out beat up. I'll be like, I got beat up in a bathroom
Man, our
stall.
future leaders, we're all screwed. Because our current
What are you
leaders
gonna
suck.
say? What are you talking about? The future's now.
Jeez, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Although, if you look at the schedule, at 11 o'clock tonight, we were having bathroom fight club on these bathrooms over here. So if anybody wants to take down the reigning champion.
Duncan Styles asks, now that BOATFEST is up and running, will it be back next year? Not just yeah, but hell yeah! Woo!
He'll beat you.
Oh God, I'm gonna stay out of the bathroom.
Well, I need a bigger room. Pixels of Dawn writes, what's the most and least impressive live event you've ever attended?
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you something. The least impressive, Teresa loves these idiots. What are these goose on like court TV or something that they do all the impractical jokers?
Mm-hmm.
She's dying to go see these geeks. I don't like that show, right? Because I don't like to be embarrassed by someone's antics. It's not my thing, unless I'm involved. And so they have a show, and so they have a live show. We went to the live show, all right? They have an opening act, and then here they come, the wacky guys, right? So they, of course, if you ever see the show, they do these videos where they do all this crazy stuff. So I thought to myself, what are these guys going to do on stage? They're going to play jokes with the usher or bring guys up from the audience. Then they go, okay, let's watch this. They just point to the screen. That was the show. They just showed clips of the show. That was the show. So that was horrible.
That sounds bad.
That was no good.
I would say the worst one I went to is we went to a stand-up comedy show that was billed as Saturday Night Live alumni, and it was like Chris Kattan was one of the people, and it was all kind of, and John Lovitz.
Well, that's pretty good. He's okay.
And anyway, we bought tickets at the last second, and they placed us behind a giant support beam where we could not see the stage. So it was just going to a live event where you couldn't see the stage, and you just got to hear bad Saturday Night Live things going on the whole time. So that was pretty rotten.
Yeah, that stinks.
Aaron, what was the con we went to when I was in the Settlers tournament?
Gen Con?
Gen Con.
You couldn't remember that?
No,
It's the biggest con.
dude, my brain is fried. I'm in survival mode.
That's right.
That actually fulfills both criteria. It's the best con and the worst con at the same time. The actual Gen Con part of Gen Con was great, but the Settlers tournament that I was in a hallway, not in the main stage area, on just round tables in uncomfortable chairs, and it was actually miserable. Do you remember that at all?
Actually, I like that con. The best part was
the con was great, but the tournament part.
They had a party for all the people that won, and so I was his second. And all these geeks, none of them drank, so they gave us their drink cards. That was great. So I had coupons for days. I was good and south when I rolled out of that joint. That was dandy.
Remember the auction at that place?
Yeah, I do.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
There was so much unique stuff.
Yeah, it was all too much money.
Well,
everyone to go to these. This is why I like this boat con, your boat fest. Right. Because when you go to Gen Con,
when you say boat con, it kind of gives it that
when you go to Gen Con, it's like you can have the big bucks. Oh, you want that classic Dungeons and Dragons manual for like 1924. No one knew how to get here. We don't know. It's like 18 million bucks, right? Here, you want to beat down Apple, 2 or whatever, it's $5 or whatever you're in. This is the common man festival.
I bet that festival didn't have a bathroom fight club.
That's right. That's right.
It's funny. I'm going to go a similar tack. The best and the least impressive event has to be Amiga Ireland. The first year I went to Amiga Ireland, it was magical. I flew there. I slept the whole way there. When I got up, I was ready to go. I had a great weekend. It was a really small room. I mean, it was literally not much bigger than this room. I got to know so many awesome people. It's fantastic. The next year I went back. It was in a room 4 times this size. Everything was cordoned off. Nobody really thought. I didn't feel like I could get to know anybody. Of course, the famous interview with Dave Haney that got cut short for the Friend OS infomercial. It was a totally different event, and it left me feeling horrible because there were so many people that I wanted to hang out with that came that second year, like Chris Folds and Edmund Helland and all these people. Of course, Edmund was there the first year. Graham was there, and so it sucked because I was so happy I was there, but at the same time, the event had changed so much. It was almost like a different event. So BOATFEST will never change. It'll always be awesome.
It will always be small in a small room.
That's right. And with that, since we have no questions from the room. Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hold on. Let me get that. Bam. No, that thing didn't work. Don't
That's
worry
all
about
right.
it.
Just hold it anyway.
Yeah. Now talk loud.
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, if you had to choose one joystick for everything for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Nice question. I will go first.
Man, that's a toughie.
No, it's not. There's only one answer.
Oh, no.
I would choose a DualShock controller.
That's not what I thought you'd say.
I would choose a DualShock controller because it's got everything. You got 2 analog sticks, you got plenty of face buttons, you got the shoulder buttons. It covers everything.
I thought you said the gym stick. So you
The
could
gym
nibble
stick is
on
for
it a
eating.
little
That's a
bit.
survival skill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same choice because I mean, it's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite,
controller, but I mean, if you pick the Atari 2600 joystick, you're
Kinda
gonna have
limited,
a tough
yeah.
time, right?
Kinda
playing
limited.
stuff, right? So
You know, my very first thought was the old Capcom fighting stick that had the NES and Super NES thing.
That thing
But
sucks.
no, the stick was great. The stick was great for what it was. But no, I agree. I think the 360 Xbox 360 controller. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate. It's by far my favorite stick. By far.
I would say specifically the PS3. If we're picking like,
Really? I
Yeah.
hate the triggers on the PS4.
I do as well.
well, but it's USB rechargeable.
PS4. Just go PS4. And you get the mouse pad up top,
Yeah,
too.
too expensive.
See,
You only buy one joystick for the rest of your life. You're like, ah.
It's
here-
too
here-
expensive.
I don't
$5
like
extra.
games that have a lot of buttons.
I've heard that.
And so I'm going to not do that. I don't want all those buttons and triggers like crap. I want something like a sort of like a Sega Saturn joystick. It's got the 3-button doubled up. That thing's totally freaking fine. That's what I like. And maybe a couple triggers.
What are you going to do about driving games?
I'm going to play them with that joystick. Hey, listen, what do you put on the Amiga driving games? You just use a regular stick. What that weird crap? I'm going with that.
All right. Any other questions from the house?
These questions lining up. Are
Yeah,
people
just
from-
come on up, sit in the chair.
I thought these are people for the Fight Club. Huh?
Oh, God.
Just take the mic. Just take the mic out. Take.
All right. So you're trapped on a desert island.
Yeah.
You can only bring one mini console. What is it?
Oh,
All
good
right,
question.
repeat the question for the folks at home.
You're on a desert island. You can only have one mini console. What do you bring? And this has to be a stock. In 48K, you mean a stock mini console, right? Not one that's modded. Yeah.
Oh, crap. That changed my answer.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's
So no
different because I was going to
sideloading,
mod the
yeah.
crap out of one, and this other
Well,
guy
then that's every mini console. at
Well, I
that
know.
point.
That's right. That's what I want.
I want it
I want
first
an
because I already
island.
know. I would choose the SNES one because you've got all of the role-playing games that take you a million years to beat. Plus you got Mario Kart. Plus you got Mario World. Plus you got Star Fox. It's a great selection of games.
I agree. That really shows what era we grew up in,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I'm 100% with you.
I might go the NES one, just because I'm so bad at like Super Mario 3. Like I should be able to beat it better. I mean, or either one of those. Either one of those.
I'm going to go with the Egret or whatever thing was. That we remember.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one.
The
And I want,
mini
but
Egret.
as long as it comes with the little the spinner.
the Taito.
That's
the
what I
Taito
want. The
mini
Taito
console.
one. Yeah, that's got all kinds of cool crap on it I like.
One that plays the tate mode.
That
Right.
whole, it'll tate
Oh,
you up
yeah.
the yin yang.
Okay. Other questions from the house. Come on up, Mr. Cola. Oh, yeah. I think
Do
there's
it.
Fight!
to the bathroom.
So, at retro conventions like this, you have the opportunity to play multiple different systems that you might not own or might not have ever been able to touch. Like today, I got to play 4-player Jaguar NBA Jam.
Yeah.
I got to play on a TPC 464. Never seen one IRL. Are there any machines that you would like to spend some serious time with that you might have only experienced through emulation or other means that you've never really been able to experience? Real life stuff.
All right, repeat
That's
that for the...
That's
All
a
right,
good question.
so-
Good question, Cola.
Cole asks, what system would you like to experience that you've only experienced through emulation? I'll go first because I already know. Or not at all. Acorn Archimedes. I've still never used one, and I would love to use one. I'd love to own one. Anybody got one for the swap meet? No?
Yeah.
I've got 6.
Well, I'm the same with you. The CPC, I was so excited. You know, when you do all these podcasts, you look up stuff on Moby Games. You know, you see the list of like also released for this, and there's always that Amstrad CPC, and I was like, I've never seen one in person. So you know, getting to being able to see that, and you can see the pictures of things, but you really don't get an idea of like how big that keyboard is, or whatever. So that's cool being able to see it and next to other systems, So
you could take one computer to Bathroom Fight Club. You want to take that down? No kidding.
You can brain a man with
I
it.
want to take Level Lord's joystick with me. I'm going to go with the FM Towns.
Oh my gosh, I was going to pick the. Oh no, I wasn't picking the 2.
No, I want the expanded power of the FM
Why
Towns.
in the world were we both thinking the same basic?
Well, because number one, they're too hard to emulate.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And number 2.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
And number 2, I may be able to, once I thoroughly vet that, then that's when you make the trade for the car, Marty. And then you're done. And you got it.
Because this was my mindset, right? I was thinking, FM Towns, Marty, it's such a pain in the butt to emulate, but it exists. I want to experience things on it.
It's also good. It's got cool stuff on it.
It appears to have cool stuff on it.
Oh,
I'll
it
never
does.
know.
It does. Trust me, it does. But that's a good.
I completely agree.
Well, there you go. Wow, that didn't happen too much. I'm glad we videoed
All right.
that.
Thank you, Mr. Cola. Come on up, Frank. The mic doesn't work, but if you want to hold
it's
it,
for
feel free.
effect, Frank.
All right, first time caller, long time listener. Two-part question here. We're going to settle this debate quickly. And I prefixed this before my question that remember our advertising deal was up for renewal. Atari ST or Amiga?
Atari ST or Amiga? Well, it depends on the use case. It depends on the use case. I think that if you want to experience the first 16-bit system that was widely available with a broad range of games in that 1985, 1986 time period, you're going to want to go with the ST. If you want to see what the true first generation of 16-bit computers was like in terms of the game scene, you go ST. For pretty much anything else, unless you need MIDI ports in your computer, you go with the Amiga.
He's right.
I'll have our marketing people come.
I agree.
Our question, why is the stream called
BOATFEST.
because it was them, and then they invited both of us.
All right, Curtis.
All hail.
Well,
Yeah, we can't see your face, Curtis.
Unfortunately, we're answering your crotch.
Yeah.
So
That's never good. You don't want to respond to that.
For each of you is
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
obviously BOATFEST is another day to go, and a little bit on Sunday. But what has been your favorite part of BOATFEST so far as of right now?
there's so many.
Man, dinner was awful good last night, and RetroRewind picked up the tab. That was pretty good. I would go with that. No, what do you think?
I loved watching these 4 guys play NBA Jam on the Jag.
That looked pretty
That was
good.
great. That was great.
I mean, I could say something cheesy like the camaraderie or something, but I'm gonna say the visual pinball, because
if it's
you know what?
something you haven't
Because
played
here's
before.
the thing, like there's a lot of stuff you can emulate that doesn't really take away from the real experience, right? Like older systems or whatever, if it's just a generic joystick, whatever. But I've seen videos of the visual pinball tables before, but I've never played one. So being able to actually press the buttons and see what it feels like, whatever, I thought that's really cool, and something that you're not just going to pick up just to test out.
Yeah.
So
Me and other Rob are having actual high score challenges where one of us plays good and then the next person plays better, and we're going back and forth. That's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been able to experience that, and I'm really enjoying it.
I don't know, with the camaraderie.
Yeah.
What I meant was
that
being up
answer-
here with both of these guys.
Your answer was super cheesy, but I'm going to steal it because I would get to go to these cons and stuff, so I didn't get to meet nobody. And I've talked to everybody like online, but that's not like I got to actually like see him. I met Curtis, but You know, I got the.
That was disappointing.
And so, yeah. I mean, I met Curtis, but you know, it's neat. Like, I watched a lot of Cole with the 48K. I talked to Oron forever. You know, Level Lore. I talked to Eric Pack, all these guys. Everybody came out. I've seen them. You know, I listened to some of your podcasts or watched some of your streams or just seen you in Discord. But I mean, my brain's not that good for remembering who is what, and so I'm actually about to now I see who they are. It's a lot easier for me. Plus, I just like to see, like, you know, who's tall, who's got a great head of hair.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how he went on when we met Level Lord last night. He told me 4 or 5 times. He's like, he's so tall, and then like 15 minutes, he's like, did you see how tall Level Lord was? It's like,
He's also got cool pants. I don't know if you noticed that.
Aaron does experience things in 15-minute chunks. He can literally relive life experiences over and over again.
But I think it's dandy. And then on top of that, of course, it's all the crazy stuff people brought, like the super rare Amiga Level Lord bought, all the crazy stuff that I've never seen over here, and that's been a lot of fun. And so we didn't even think about that when you were doing this, because we just thought, okay, I mean, honestly, we're just gonna throw out some consoles, and we've got plenty of stuff. And then people are like, we're gonna bring stuff, and I didn't even think that was going to be part of it, and that's been like a great part. So
yeah,
there you go. There's double cheese.
How tall is Level Lord? Super Tech Boy asked. How tall are you, Level Lord?
6'11".
No, you're taller than 6'3". You're at least 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wears lifts. Oh, where did, yeah. Help us, hosers.
Can we get a Canadian translation
Yeah.
of that, please?
6'3".
There you go. Oh, he was right.
Metric,
You denied a factor. You denied his own height.
that's bathroom fighting words.
Yeah. I don't like your odds on that one, bro. He pounds you like a nail.
All right. So we are going to.
Giving them last chance. No last call.
This is the last call. This is the last call on the floor for any more questions.
Come on, guys.
All right. Well, we are going to bring Ask the Amigos to the close, but guess what? BOATFEST continues to roll on. We are going to start our nightly swap meet and auction. We are going to move a table out here. We're going to set up some extra tables for people that brought things that they'd like to sell or trade, and we will keep this stream going. And we hope you enjoy the rest of this evening's entertainment. Thank you for coming out.
Let's give an extra hand for Boat, too, for setting all this up.
Oh,
and doing
thank
the
you.
work.
Nice fest, bro. Good fest, bro.
All right. That's it.
Adios. You
Yeah.
can give us
Adios.